EVs have gained a lot of popularity in the Philippines for a multitude of reasons, including the fact that they're now much more affordable, well, thanks to the EV, the law, and also because there are a lot more charging stations all over the metro. So if you want to get yourself an EV, but you don't know exactly which one to get, allow us to help you get started on your electrified journey. So today, we brought 3 EVs with us, and they're all under 2 million Philippine pesos. We have the versatile BYD Atto 3 Premium, the sleek and fun-loving MG4 Lux, and the old guard looking to stand its ground, the Nissan LEAF. This will follow the similar format that we've had on our previous Comparo, where the winner will get 3 points in each category, second place will get 2 points, and then third place will get a point. Now, the categories are practicality, performance, comfort, range and charging, and most importantly, value. Without further ado, let's begin! Woo-hoo! The Nissan LEAF gets a leg up on practicality against this BYD and the MG with 668 liters of very usable space. The depth of the cargo space allows for a balikbayan box in there with space to spare for carry-on luggage with the tonneau on. Folding it also brings it up to a healthy 849 liters of space, enough for 2 more balikbayan boxes. The BYD can fit a balikbayan box in a tight squeeze at the rear, but unfortunately, thanks to the sloping rear door on the MG4, you just can't fit a box in there. Now, when it comes to passenger accommodations, the LEAF falls short as there is a huge center tunnel making a third passenger a tight squeeze. Like Mount Everest. Dive. And depending on who you ask, the fabric seats might leave others a bit wanting, especially for the price this commands. MG4 comes in with similar amounts of space, but the center tunnel, is much lower. Headroom is decent too, considering its shape on the exterior. But the best second row amongst all of these cars that we brought here today has got to be this, the Atto 3. It has good leather, good seating position, lots of space because there is no zero center tunnel, so putting a third passenger in here is not going to be an issue. So for smaller families, the Atto 3, based on everything that we're going to do here today, this might be a good choice. Though in terms of cargo, the LEAF is by far the best, the passenger accommodation is just not as good as the Atto 3. The MG4 has good space at the second row, but a small cargo hold. So for practicality, the Atto 3 gets 3, Nissan LEAF gets 2, then the MG4 gets 1. I wouldn't be in an Atto 3 if I didn't do this.
Of course, you're a child.
I am a child. It's Star Trek. It's childhood, man. Captain. I can't do it, Captain. Oh! If you take a quick look at the specs, which you can do, by the way, on the AutoDeal app, you'd be right to assume that the MG4 is the most fun to drive because it's rear-wheel drive. Though the numbers don't exactly make it look like it's the quickest, it's the dynamics of it all that really make it stand apart from the rest. The suspension feels sorted, steering is sharp, and the rear-wheel drive makes taking turns here feel more planted. The LEAF, despite being the oldest here by a long shot, still has major pep in its step with 380 Newton meters. Don't be fooled by its demure look. It can really get down on acceleration. The Atto 3 is the least remarkable when it comes to fun factor. It's a bit more round around the edges. Definitely best suited for one who doesn't find themselves to be an enthusiast, so to speak. Now, don't get us wrong. These cars can most definitely beat out any gasoline-powered equivalent automobile off the line any day of the week, and not twice, but 3 times on a Sunday. These are most definitely zippy and smooth cars. We are comparing them in the context of just the 3. We also have videos on each and every one of these automobiles, and if you'd like to see those videos, the links are somewhere down below. So in terms of performance, counting in fun factor, we're gonna give the MG4 a full 3 points. And then the mighty LEAF, old but still has 380 Newton meters of torque, we're gonna give that 2 points. And then on the more tame drive, the Atto, we're gonna give it 1 point. Before we get into the comfort portion, I'd just like to point out that we base this not just on ride comfort, but also on creature comforts for the driver and passenger as well. So that includes toys for the passengers at the second row, quantity and quality of tech around the car, among other things. When combined together, these create a car that is just much easier to live with from a day-to-day basis. Thus, we feel it's appropriate to bundle this in one category. It's about execution, not just what's written on paper. It's quite clear that out of the lot, the Atto 3 takes this category. Let's start at the rear. You've got 2 air vents and 2 charging points, a Type A and a Type C, and a center armrest that comes down with 2 cup holders. Unfortunately, the MG4 only has 1 charging point and no air vents, whereas the LEAF has nothing at all. Plus, it also has a panoramic roof. Now, when it comes to the front row, it's just that the Atto 3 seems to execute things with a little bit more pizzazz. They share similar things from car to car, but here it's executed a heck of a lot better. For one, the infotainment screen is much bigger inside this car and the camera is clearer. It also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto that are wireless, and then the screen rotates. I don't know if that does something for you. The other cars have Apple CarPlay and or Android Auto, but here it just works better because it's wireless. It also has wireless charging. The MG4 has wireless charging, but again, better executed here. It also has adaptive cruise control. Granted, there's adaptive cruise in the other automobiles as well, but we feel as if it's more executed better inside this car. And then the last thing, you might be thinking I'm picking on this, but I kind of like the fact that there is a button to start the vehicle, even if it's an EV. The others, well, specifically the MG, gets kind of weird because you have to press the brake pedal all the way in, and it tells you that it's just, you know, it's like walking into an Apple store and then seeing the signs on the screen that says, press any key to continue. Where's the any key?
To start, press any key. Where's the any key?
That sounds like user error.
I look like user error.
There's a cat.
Meow. Yeah. Where?
Behind the
I'm scared of cats. Range and charging play a very important role in all of this for obvious reasons. Duh, really? It's all about how far you can go and how is it exactly you can keep going. Now for this, we're going to base the range by the test of the WLTP, which is the Worldwide Harmonized Light Vehicle Test Procedure. I have no idea where they put the H and the, what's the other one, the V? Where'd they go? But I wouldn't mess with these guys because they are in cahoots with, you know, the dudes with the blue outfits and the white cap, the UN? Yeah, they play a part in all of this. I wouldn't mess with those guys. So based on the WLTP rating, the MG4 edges the victory with 435 kilometers. The BYD Atto 3 has 420 kilometers and the Nissan LEAF quite far behind at 270 kilometers. All cars are capable of DC quick charging. The BYD can go up to 88 kilowatts. At its peak, the MG4 can go up to 142 kilowatts, and the LEAF can go up to 50 kilowatts. At home with a standard 7 kilowatt wall box, the Atto 3 charges from 0 to 100 in about 9 hours and 45 minutes. The LEAF does so in only 7 hours and 30 minutes because it has the smallest battery, but the MG4 does it in 9 hours, and it has the largest battery. Knowing that, the MG4 clearly takes the cake here, and with numbers basically close to it, the Atto 3 is second. Though a pioneer for EVs worldwide, the LEAF misses the mark with range and charging. The small 40 kilowatt battery, and furthermore, the outdated charging ports make the LEAF nearly impossible to charge outside. Now, when all the mumbo jumbo of the numbers and the figures are all out, there's really only one set of numbers that you guys are going to really pay attention to, which is its price. And we're gonna put that under total value. So, the MG4 comes in at 1,738,000 Philippine pesos, while the BYD Atto 3, Lux, got to put that. The BYD Atto 3 Premium comes in at 1,798,000 Philippine pesos. The old guard, the Nissan LEAF, yeah, that's gonna hurt because it still comes in at 1,998,000 Philippine pesos. However, it has one thing that these two other cars will never be able to claim, and that one thing is also still very much prevalent on Filipino minds, which is that this is the only car of the three that's still made in Japan. So in conclusion, the winner by just a single point is the MG4, and it proves that the steady pace wins the race, I guess. It wins because, well, it's the most fun to drive, it has the longest range, and let's face it, it is also the most affordable. Now, we hope this Comparo has helped you figure out just exactly what it is that you want into your journey towards electrification. Now, while this definitely does win it fair and square, I'm more the type of guy that, well, leans towards bringing my family along, going on road trips and whatnot. So while that is the winner, for me at least, this is the car that I want to take home. But I want to know your opinions. What is it that you feel you'd take home? Would it be orange, white, or blue? Let us know in the comments below. And folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Subscribe, please!
That was fantastic.
Yay! Yay! Alright, stop. Hammer time. Everybody's seen it from London to the Bay. Let's can't touch this. Can't touch this. Okay, I'm tired.